What's up, drivers? Welcome to 6 Minute Saturdays. I'm your host, Dashcam Hull. Now that we can once again peacefully make our way to Tesco for some shopping and fuel, following a large showing of support for two local Orchard Park heroes who lost their lives crashing a stolen Yamaha, it is time for The Road Rules. Yes, it does.
Nice to see you. Yes, it is.
It's rare that I randomly shout out my friends on my channel, but this next clip is dedicated to my mate Sam, who recently broke his elbow slipping off his bike in the rain. Rest up, King. Speaking of bikes, I've always sworn I'd never get on one due to my clumsy nature. However, this just looks too fun. Someone should set up a charity YouTuber motorbike football match. Ashley Neal putting in a red card two-wheel challenge on Benji is something I think we all need to see in our lifetimes. Most of you will probably know about the basketball and gorilla video. Most people who watch it don't even notice the gorilla because they're too busy counting the passes. Well, this next clip features an extremely lucky little girl who ends up sandwiched between a drunk driver, a planter platform and a glass window, and yet miraculously appears unharmed. But I bet you didn't spot the motorcyclist that the drunk driver also cleaned out, did you? If you did, then kudos. But I bet you didn't also spot the gorilla. I'm so sorry if you actually just put the video back to check and look for it.
We do a little trolling, it's called we do a little trolling.
Imagine you just sat there making a TikTok video with your friend when all of a sudden...
Underneath the, Get a picture of that car, quick. Don't worry, you're good. Give me your insurance.
Insurance found the cyclist to be at fault. And polishing off the road rules today is some golden vigilante public justice. This trucker helps out the police by stopping this pursuit and even opens up the car for them like a fresh tin of sardines. Just for fun, I thought I'd include this next clip just kind of like an advanced hazard perception clip, with 10 points being awarded if you can spot the potential hazard within the first 2 glimpses that it's visible. See if you can beat my IRL score.
Starting lineup was the strongest, but they never got going from the start, really creating very, very little. A defensive little poor, as I say, all around the pitch. After 31 minutes, crossing from the right-hand side, Crocombe came for it, didn't get there, was headed on, and Hopper tapped it out, but hardly helped me wondering whether it was offside.
It's not often enough in this series that we talk about intelligent road use, but how about this for the placement of a hazard triangle? If you want to buy one yourself or a bunch of other gadgets for your car, or even some of my merch, check the links in the description. There's a 20% off sale for the rest of this week. One of my biggest pet peeves on the road is people who behave like this. Clock back either. But still, that one will come to it. What are you beeping at? What? Wow. But this is nothing compared to the absolute tantrum that Nekuth encountered.
Well. I mean, hell is that? I blocked the junction.
I'd say that you should send this clip to DPD, but they actively train their drivers to try and cause as much disruption as possible and use their phone at the wheel, so you'd kind of be wasting your time. Sticking with the theme of van drivers, here's one that Beansack encountered recently, and he looks a little nervous. I wonder why that is.
Now that's a lot of damage!
It's time for this month's donkey.
You f***ing donkey!
Now, this final clip is pretty upsetting, so if you're weak of heart or easily upset, I would advise turning this video off now. Firstly, while cyclists should be cycling on the road, I think a probably scared 77-year-old woman gets a free fucking pass in my book. Plus, this was supposedly a shared footpath. Although not made clear by the video or by any nearby signage or markings, the judge takes this into account, and supposedly since this incident, the council have properly marked both sides as shared use paths. The only evidence I've found of this is one person's random comment, however. But just look how wide this path is. I'd like to think that anyone with a brain who isn't a complete self-righteous would slow their walking pace and simply move over to the lamppost side, making it a non-event. Off camera, there's also a shove here too, which is recounted by an eyewitness in court, and even admitted by the pedestrian herself in her police interview.
Did you make contact with the bike or the person riding it? Did you touch them with your hand?
In a vague way, only as she was going by.
Describe in a vague way.
Lightly.
Lightly.
The cyclist who fell into the road was hit by a car and tragically killed, ruining the lives of pretty much everyone who knows her, and the life of the driver as well, who will probably never get over that. The pedestrian then chose not to stick around for the police and toddled off to do some shopping. She was also apparently evasive of the police and lied to them in her interview after this. This is on top of her and her barrister making a not guilty plea on her manslaughter charge, trying to use her partial blindness and cerebral palsy as an excuse for her behaviour, despite no evidence of intellect impairment.
How did she end up in the road?
I think that the bike may have, is it swerved?
What were you saying?
I think to slow down, just slow down.
Slow down?
Yeah.
Did you hear what was said there by yourself?
Not quite, no. I couldn't really hear it.
She also showed zero remorse in court until her punishment started getting mentioned, choosing to cause a confrontation instead of just simply standing to one side. In this instance is the difference between a reasonable person and a murderer. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison after a unanimous jury decision. Let things, especially this small, go. You'll live a longer, happier life for it, trust. But anyway, that's all we have time for today. If you've enjoyed listening to me ramble over the sound of roaring wind, please leave a like, leave me a sub, click on the notification bell, click on all the random junk down in the description that somehow earns me money, and I will see you next time. Peace! Imagine you just sat making a TikTok. Oh, I shouldn't touch the wheel because the camera's on it. So it'd be kind of pointless. I was really scared he was just going to ride into my car then.